Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to. Sorry, Cancer. Let me just fix that. That's better. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 4th. We're just gonna jump right in here, Cancer, and we are going to take a look at your week. That's it. We're just gonna jump right in here, see what's going on, and that's gonna be that. You have this love card, really good card. It's not only a good card for love, but it's a good card for things that you love in general. So I like to see that. But it looks like you're going through healing. Very good. I like this. It's a good time to heal. Mercury retrograde, of course. But let's see here. You start off with this regeneration card here, Cancer, and you have the Tower here. So, again, if you have to get the Tower, of course, then this would be a good card to get as well, because to me it says you're kind of like moving past a Tower moment. You even have you have the Six of Swords here, moving on of calmer shores, Five of Cups. It's like maybe being a little bit more grateful, turning around, and will kind of lead to a lot more benefits with the Five of Cups, but I do feel like you've maybe, I don't even feel the Five of Cups is advice in your reading. If I'm being honest, I feel like it's just saying the Tower moment that you experienced was some sort of disappointment, some sort of, almost looks like a false start to me. And this could be in any area of your life, could be love, could be business, money, spirituality, whatever. So I do feel like you're just kind of like healing from a false start here with this energy. I get the sense that it like took a lot out of you here. As well, again, you have the Six of Swords, the Tower, and the Five of Cups. Sometimes I think we like start something and we kind of throw everything we got at it. And that's what I'm feeling here in this first row, is that you kind of gave something everything you got. And in the past, whether it was a relationship, a business, whatever. And I feel it kind of left you very empty in a lot of ways. Like, obviously if you do that and something doesn't work out, it's like whatever that thing was took all your energy. So it's like you have to regain your energy. And the good news is that I feel like you are kind of regaining your energy. I get this, like, cards are just flying out here, Cancer. I get this energy of kind of like feeling very much more enthusiastic, Page of Wands here. I get this energy of hope as well. It's like something is giving you hope at this time. So let's see. You're coming off of a difficult period of time. With the Six of Swords, you have the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're saying never again, is what you're saying. Seven of Wands, like drawing a line in the sand, That's one way that you could read the Seven of Wands, and that's what I feel for you here, Cancer. It's like I feel like you're putting up this boundary. And it's not that, and here's the thing, is I feel like you're creating the boundary for yourself. He's defending his position at the top of a hill. But it's like, imagine if you started climbing a mountain and then you put up a fence that you couldn't cross. It's like saying you're never going back down the hill. I feel like the only way is up for you here, Cancer, is what that's trying to say. And with the Tower, you have the Death card, going through the transformation here. Like, the Death card with the Tower can be quite shocking because it's like realizing that maybe something you had on a pedestal is not immune to death, right? It's like the King on the Death card is dead. It represents the fact that nothing is immune to death. Nothing is immune to transformation. So the shakeup, the disappointment that you had was that you saw something as permanent, or you saw something as being, immune to death or immune to change, but it changed. So that could have been the thing that caused the shakeup here. With the Five of Cups, you have the King of Wands. Could have been a fire sign. For sure. But for the most part, I feel like the King of Wands is saying now it's time for a change. It's time to be bold, assertive, and it's time to like get back out into the world. You have the Love card here. So I feel like it is time for you to focus on things that you love, that you enjoy, things that bring you happiness as well. Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a card of kind of, that reminds me of like Knight of Wands energy. The Page of Wands, to me, is also like a card of like having a match book and needing to strike the match. It like says it is time to get started. It is time to kind of get moving on something here. And look, you have the Ace of Wands. So it's time for you to move towards things that you love again. You have the Fool, the Page of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles here. I feel like you're getting ready to take a leap of faith with the Fool again. I feel like you're afraid to feel foolish again as well. So it's like if you're jumping back into love, I feel like you're still like he's aiming this direction. He's still focused on the past. So I do feel intuitively that some of you are still like a little bit worried about feeling like a fool, being foolish, all that other stuff. But at the same time, he has this sack on his back, and it's meant to look like a tiny little sack, right? And the reason is that it kind of represents the fact that he has more than enough wisdom, more than enough knowledge, just he doesn't need anything else. So it's kind of like you have more than enough wisdom to start a journey. Again, Page of Wands. The reading really wants you, this reading in particular really wants you to start the journey again. And again, this is something you've been dreaming about with the Three of Pentacles. The reason I say dreaming is because he's already done work up here with these three pentacles. Those three pentacles represent a fire triangle. There's a water triangle right underneath it. A water triangle kind of represents something that we've been dreaming about, thinking about, that needs to come down to earth. So it's like you're ready to kind of take a stab at something again. I wouldn't really call this a second chance reading. I just feel like you're kind of like, it's more saying that, you're starting a new cycle in your life. I feel like you're jumping onto a new path. With the Fool, Three of Wands, it is time. Three of Wands is like waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. It is time for you to jump towards this Ace of Wands that's over here. Ace of Wands is my favorite card in the deck. I mean, the reason I love the Ace of Wands is because it's like just that one thing we need. Sometimes the only thing we need to pull us out of the darkness is that spark, that, sudden inspiration or the idea or something that gives us enthusiasm that wakes us up again. And that's the Ace of Wands. With the Page of Wands, you have the Four of Swords, dreaming, exactly what I was saying. He is dreaming. This guy up here is receiving blessings. There's a stained glass window of a person being blessed right here. He is like dreaming of receiving blessings. And with the Three of Pentacles, you have the Chariot. There you go, Cancer, coming up in a very strong position. When you show up as yourself like this, it puts you in a position of power and strength. By the way, Three of Pentacles is as above, so below, right? Creating your own reality. Chariot. He has these stars up here. It is as above, so below. So I feel for a lot of you, you are kind of manifesting things very, very quickly here in your life. You're definitely leaving something behind for sure, I would say, with that Chariot as well. But it's kind of like time. I feel like this is saying it is time for you to, assert your will. The Chariot is about your willpower. It is about like you putting in the work. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's like a card that says if you want something, commit to it and you'll have it. Basically the same thing. With the, in your last row here, you have the Porcupine Spirit says time for a beginner mind. Exactly what we've been talking about this whole time. I feel like you're starting something over. The Porcupine Spirit just says, there's a lot of imagery of the behind here. Again, the Fool aiming this direction. Chariot has the city behind him here on the Chariot card, of course. And then the porcupine has its quills on its back. So for a lot of you, I do feel like it's saying, let go of the past. And I also feel like it's saying that it's time for you to look at something with a beginner's mind. So, like, sometimes I think we get into relationships and we're like, oh, is this person, going to be just like the last person? I feel like this is saying, no, it's a new person. Don't treat them like the old person. Again, I've talked to a lot of people over the years doing these readings, and I've just noticed a lot of people who have the same problem in relationships over and over again. Not only do they pick the same type of person, but they also treat the next person like the last person. It's like, if you do that, then you're just going to get exactly what you got with the last one. So, it's like something has to change. We have to change and grow through our relationships so that we can experience something different in the next one. I feel like sometimes we throw away a lot of like learning opportunities by, picking the same type of person, basically. You have the Ace of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords here. So definitely a new beginning, for sure, coming in for you. Page of Pentacles could be tied in with this Three of Wands energy. He's a little bit nitpicky. He's a little bit, he's looking for things to be perfect, so when they never will be perfect. So I do feel like it is time for you to kind of like, take a leap of faith here. I'm going to clarify this right away. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, Pisces had the Five of Wands in the same position. Pretty interesting. Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition, but to me it's also a card of learning. So I feel like you've learned a lot. And again, remember what I was saying. It's like I feel like you shouldn't be throwing away your experiences. I feel like you need to look at what you've learned from past negative situations. If there was some sort of disappointment or something that you've kind of woken up to here, and this could be in work and business as well, I feel like you need to pay attention to that. With the Page of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, get out of your head. Nine of Swords is like too much stinking thinking, so I would keep it positive. And with the Four of Swords, you have the Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty. A lot of happiness coming in for you here, Cancer, is what I would say. So I would just focus on something that you love here, Cancer, with this energy. I just want to pull an outcome because it's not immediately clear, like, what is the outcome of this? What is the outcome here for you, Cancer? Seven of Pentacles, better choices. I would say Seven of Pentacles, card of analysis. He's like kind of saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? But I kind of feel like you're just making better choices. You have the Justice card, more fairness, more balance coming in for you. And the Nine of Cups, wishes. Really, I would say the sky's the limit for you here. I would make a wish, Cancer, because the Nine of Cups is kind of like saying your outcome is whatever you wish for sure. I feel that it's time to, I would say, like, I think it might not sound very exciting for this week, but I really feel this reading is saying, like, no assumptions. If you're entering into a new situation, doesn't matter if it's love, money, business, whatever, I feel like you need to throw everything out from the past and kind of focus on having a beginner's mindset. Look at it as you completely starting over from scratch, is what I would say here. It kind of reminds me of, like, there have been things that I've done in the past where I wouldn't consider myself a beginner, and but then I kind of like go back over something and I see all the things I missed, right? It's just like, if you have a TV show, like I watched The Office about, I don't know, like I've watched it about 900 times in the past like 10 years or so. I loop it constantly, right? It's like every time I see something different, right? I get that energy here where it's like you might not necessarily be a beginner in your career or in your business, but it's kind of like looking at it from a beginner's perspective might have you picking up on something that you didn't before. So there could be like an opportunity here. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards here, Cancer. So feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. So for question number 1, I would say no, Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles really says do not call attention to your weaknesses. I do feel like it is going to be very important for you to keep it positive. Question number 2, I would say yes, Queen of Wands. Didn't I say something about the Queen of Wands? Or am I making that up? I don't know. Queen of Wands, be bold, be assertive. She represents wholehearted energy. She puts her heart and soul into something, and if she does that, then she will be successful. So I feel like you need to put your heart and soul into something. She also kind of reminds us to like not compare ourselves to other people, other places, other things. There is no comparison to you. It's funny because I said the same thing to Pisces, but for you, it feels a little bit different. I feel like it's saying, that you need to realize that your situation is, different than anybody else's, and that's all that matters. For question number 3, damn, Cancer, 10 of Pentacles, are you kidding me? Definitely yes. So I feel like there's a lot of abundance, a lot of good things coming in for you here. There's like a strong element of learning. Every once in a while, the 10 of Pentacles can represent like hidden or secret information. You can read this card a couple different ways. It can represent inheritance because there's an old man here. We could say he's like the patriarch of the family. There's another way to read the 10 of Pentacles, which is that this man represents a beggar. He is coming and bringing the family a gift. He represents, something that has nothing to give, still giving. It basically says that there could be situations in your life where maybe you don't feel like they are valuable, but they actually could be way more valuable than you realize. And I feel like you need to realize that here with the 10 of Pentacles. It kind of reminds me of the 6 of Pentacles as well. The whole story behind the 6 of Pentacles is that the guy is giving to one person, he's not giving to the other, and it can represent those moments where, I'm sure you've all seen a movie where it's like the angel shows up as the beggar, right? The angel in a movie, I don't know, there's like a million movies like this where it's like, the angel in disguise, the person who, saves the story or kind of like helps the hero along or whatever in the journey is like the homeless person. And if the hero is nice to the homeless person, they get some sort of reward because it was actually an angel. That's like the 6 of Pentacles. I'm getting the same vibes here but it's like there could be a situation that doesn't look like it could be very beneficial to you, but I feel like it could be extremely beneficial to you is what I'm saying. That's like the vibes I'm getting off your reading. I really feel, I know it sounds crazy, but it's like that's the vibe I get here. And you have this time for beginner mindset, time for beginner mind card here. It could be one of those opportunities where, kind of like maybe you have an opportunity to get into like some sort of course for your job or for your career, right? Maybe your boss is offering a training. It might be a beginner training and you might not be a beginner, but there could be some sort of golden nugget here. Same thing in love as well. It's like I feel like this is saying if you're entering into a new love situation, look at what you have to gain. I think we enter into these relationships and we're like, when is this person going to cheat on me? When are they going to leave me? When are they going to blah 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 blah. It's like instead, I feel like you need to look at like the relationship as what am I going to learn from this? How is it going to help me grow? If you do that, then it's probably going to be the best relationship of your life. So mindset is very important here, Cancer, for sure. But beyond that, I would be going on a little treasure hunt. Again, Five of Wands is my card of a treasure hunt. So any area of your life that you're trying to be successful, again, I would be looking for information, and I would be looking in beginner content. I always tell this story. I used to know a guy. He was like an extremely successful marketer, and people used to make fun of this guy because he would always go, they wouldn't make fun of him, but he would be going to events and things like that, and he would be going to the beginner courses. Like he would be taking the stuff that beginners would take, and this guy was definitely not a beginner, right? But he was more successful than anybody else. And it always got me thinking. I was like, this guy, he makes more money than everybody here combined practically. He was like a business guy, and here he is going to beginner courses. It's like, why? And I think that there's probably because that's the stuff we forget. We forget the beginner stuff. We forget the easy stuff, right? We remember the complicated stuff. Of course we do. Interesting reading. I'm going to say to you is what I'll say to you, Cancer, but I like it. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.